Hey, it's MK, and I'm here with another video for 31 days of cut files with MK and Janet. And today I am using Janet's file of the French press with star coffee mug. So I have chosen several little glitter glimmer markers, glitter pens, brush pens, things like that from close to my heart. I also have 3 inks that I'm going to be playing with: Gathered Twigs, Vintage Photo, and Scattered Straw. Now, I'm not sure which one I really wanted to play with as far as the browns, so I pulled out both. From Simple Stories, Weathered Garden, I have these chipboard pieces. I also have this adorable coffee set by Scrapbook Addicts. Oh my gosh, her Etsy shop is adorable, you guys, and she hand makes every single one of these. Aren't they just adorable? Look at these little moose. And oh my gosh, a little Starbucks frap. Oh, I love these, you guys. So I won't be using everything. I'm just showing you everything that comes in the little kit. She's even included the beans. It just makes me giggle. Okay, and oh my gosh, this one's in the cup. Oh, so cute. I also have a word from Some Assemblage Required that just says the word caffeine. It comes in a set that's called #motherhood. And I'm just going to use the word caffeine. I have this little die cut piece that was from a Memory Place collection kit that I got. Also from Some Assemblage Required are these coffee sprinkles. I have some scraps that are from a, what is it called? It's a Joanne paper pack that you get, paper something. Oh, I'm so sorry. But those, I picked the polka dots from Heidi Swap. I have these definition words, but by the time that I get to this part of the layout, I forget that I have them. For some reason, I wanted to add blue to this layout. I don't know why. I really don't, but that's what I've added. And I think it was because the photos are of my daughter and her boyfriend, my apologies, having breakfast, but they took a picture of their coffee mugs because of where they're having breakfast at. So I actually took the same exact photo and I printed one from my phone and one from my computer. My phone bleeds over and makes the picture larger than it wants to be, or than that I want it to be. But I liked how both of them turned out, so I'm going to use both of them. From Simple Stories Snap Basics, I have the elm wood that is on cream ledger, and I'm just going to use the wood grain over here. I love restaurant photos, especially the Black Bear Diner restaurant photos on top of this dark wood grain. It's my favorite. All right, so I am going to back my cut file, and I'm showing you guys how to back a cut file when you don't really want to use pattern papers or pull out all the pattern papers. And then you also don't want to, buy cardstock just to have pattern papers. I know a lot of people, not pattern papers, but to have some color behind your cut file. So for me, I used to have 3 paper racks full of nothing but cardstock. And I mean solid color cardstock, because I used to be a Cricut girl. I did not buy any pattern paper whatsoever, none. And this is back in the day, you guys, back in the 90s, okay? 90s, early 2000s, things like that. No pattern paper. I made all my own using stamps and everything. And I had 3 racks of cardstock because I could stamp on cardstock. I could fussy cut them out. I could do a lot of things on cardstock, right? And that is how I loved doing scrapbooks back in the day. And then 2018, 2017 hit around, and I just loved the market. I loved what was coming out. I finally opened my eyes to everything that was available to me, especially online. And so I ditched the pattern paper. I carry a few, especially my greens and my browns, and maybe a few blues. But other than that, I ditched the pattern paper. I am down to 1 rack, and it is mostly greens and browns. I'm not kidding. I have a few blues, but mostly greens and browns, because I love still printing off my Cricut, my leaves and things, right? I can't get enough of having leaves and things. So I'm just sharing with you guys how to back a cut file when you don't have the colors. So I just picked out the colors that I wanted from my inks. And it doesn't have to be Distress inks. It could be any ink you own. Catherine Pooler inks, Close to My Heart, Stampin' Up, doesn't matter. You can make any color you want out of white cardstock. You really can. I used my blender brush, brushed it all over, and then now I'm backing my cut file with my pre-made colored cardstock, right? And it only took one sheet of cardstock instead of 3 different colors of sheets, and then I have to figure out what to do with the scraps. Well, while I was doing this, I realized that I did not like the fact that my my French press was see-through. I just didn't like that. So I pulled out this piece of vellum, which is an old piece of vellum from Stampin' Up, so I'm not sure if it's still available or not. And I decided to back the whole back of the cut file with this vellum cardstock. And I wasn't sure. It's like, do I still like it? Maybe. I don't know. I should have left it, you guys. I'm just saying. I should have called this a stopping point and been done, but I left all of this in here to share with you guys that even I struggle and make bad decisions when it comes to cut files. So I decided that I was going to cover the front of my cut file with this vellum as well. And I also forgot that now I can see all of the adhesive on my darker spots where I had colored. I do not like that. I don't like the fact that I put adhesive there when I should not have. I would have probably liked this cut file had I not have done that. But here I am, mistakes and all. I'm going with it. I'm just keep moving forward, right? I don't have time to cut another one. I made the mistake, so I'm going to move forward. I'm going to move on. I've got all of my pieces cut and ready to go. My photo mats have been placed and already put down behind my photos. I distressed them and I put that blue piece of paper down. Why? I don't know, but I'm going to go with it. I don't know why I wanted blue, you guys. But like I was telling you guys in the beginning, I think I wanted blue because I had a whole bunch of breakfast embellishments and images from that Memory Place die cut pack. And so I think I was going to do that. Well, then I found in my stash these gorgeous little adorable mousse from Scrapbook Addict, and I forgot why I was going to do blue. I completely forgot. I was no longer interested in doing blue ever since I found these coffee little icons from Scrapbook Addict. So I think that's where I was going. All right, to fix my mistake, I am going back over my lines with the shimmer pen. And so far, okay, I like it. Yeah, it works for me. Yeah, maybe. I don't know yet, but we'll keep going. And I'm going to go ahead and I want the mug and what looks like coffee being poured into the mug just as it sits. And then I want the French press to be above the photos. So I had to cut them off and separate them. Why I didn't do that, why I put why I backed the cut file as a whole, I don't know. I already knew I was going to disassemble the cut file because I wanted it to be a little bit spread out, a little bit more spread out throughout my layout. So that's where I'm going with that. I'm deciding, I already knew I was going to use this mousse with the cute little mug because, I mean, come on, he's as silly as my daughter is and he's adorable. I can't say as adorable as my daughter is though, because that just would make my other kids jealous. So anyways, but yes, that mousse reminded me of my daughter, and the reason why she sent me this photo is because every time me and the husband go out of town, at least once during our trip, we try to get to the Black Bear Diner for breakfast. I don't know what it is about their breakfasts, but they just feel like home. It feels like you haven't, like you're home. They make you welcomed. It's just a great environment. I mean, it just, to me, feels like I'm having breakfast at my parents' house, at my grandparents' house, something like that. So I definitely try to make it, a tradition that if there's a Black Bear Diner in the town that we have visited and we stay the night, that's where we go for breakfast. And my daughter and her boyfriend are out of town, and so that's where they went for breakfast. She was telling him, she says that, my mom makes us do it, so I have to make you do it. She has a way with words. And instead of it just saying coffee addict, because my daughter does not drink coffee, she drinks tea. But she is a caffeine addict. So she does have that caffeine from tea. It's not as high potency, I guess, or however that works. So her boyfriend is drinking coffee and she is drinking her tea. But I wanted to change the title a little bit to say caffeine and coffee addict. So that way there is a nod towards a little bit of my daughter not just drinking the coffee. She has it every now and then, but it's not her favorite. She'd rather have her tea. And her boyfriend puts up with it. If that's all she's making in the morning is tea, then then he goes without and just has her tea. Because that's all that was made, right? Is the hot water. Anyways, I love it. Okay, so I have got my layout put down. I love how it's looking. I love the cup especially. I love the pop of yellow, but I am still not satisfied with the coffee press. So now I decided to fill in the liquid of the coffee press with my shimmer brush. Well, I thought I was going to do the lighter one because, for one, it's behind glass or whatnot, and I didn't like it. So now I am going back over with my darker brush and going through, and it's not quite drying. It's actually pooling up in areas, and I thought, oh my gosh, that looks actually really cool, and I was digging it. I loved it, and so I went with it, and now I am much more happier with my coffee in the coffee press. I don't know why I was struggling so bad for that, but there it is. That is the layout all glued down and ready to go. And look at that shimmer and sparkle in those shimmer pins from Close to My Heart. I just love it. It also matches the sparkle that is in the word caffeine, the coffee sprinkles, everything. And then the floral from the Weathered Garden, Simple Stories, is just the perfect match. It's a good filler for when you don't really know what to do. And so anyways, again, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for watching me go through all of my trials and errors with my coffee press, but I'm finally happy with how it looks. All right, there are 2 links down below for you guys. One is the playlist for everyone that is playing along here on YouTube with 31 days of cut files. The other one is for the Facebook group, if you guys want to go hang out over there and see how people are either using these files that are that they've purchased from various companies and myself, or they are playing along with files that they've already had and haven't used in a while. So it doesn't mean that you need these files to play along. It's just we're having fun with cut files and learning different and new techniques with cut files. Yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much, and I'll check y'all later. Bye.